What's going on, YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. We're going to look at a few altcoins as well. We're going to get into Ethereum, Link, Tezos, and Digibyte. That's what I'm going to have time to get into today. First of all, guys, what I wanted to talk about was we're hitting our first target that we talked about yesterday. So we ended up having a nice candle close out of this symmetrical triangle. And now what we're doing is hitting that first target area that we need to get up above. And that's going to be roughly at $11,084. And this is why support and resistance works. Even look at this at the price action right now. I'll really zoom into this. And we haven't changed this on the chart or anything, but you can see right here running into that resistance right now. And that's where it's going to take that buying pressure to get up through that and have a daily candle close up above this area today. If we can get up above that, that opens the door roughly to about 11,322 is going to be overhead resistance. Then it's going to be up around that $11,500 is where I'm going to target. And if we can get through that, then we'd be looking up to around $12,000 right in this range. But this is a good thing for us that we're breaking out of the symmetrical triangle to the upside, because in the intermediate term, as we step back here, Bitcoin right here has still been in an uptrend, just like this symmetrical triangle. We got a nice blast to the upside, and that's what we're looking for here, is to see if we can get out of the symmetrical triangle with strong volume and get up through some of these overhead resistances that we're dealing with. RSI is at 57 right now. We are pointing up. Volume was better yesterday with that candle close. We're up above all the important moving averages that I pay attention to, the 20 EMA, the 50, the 100, and the 200 right now. So it's just getting through those overhead resistances and getting through them with volume and candle closing up above them. Now, if we are to drop to the downside, I'm going to look for us to continue to hold that 100 moving average. That's going to be at $10,500 is going to be the support area that I want to hold for Bitcoin. But overall, we're looking pretty good right now. If we can continue to get buying pressure, pop right up out of here, we really could go up to some higher levels there. So we're going to see if this trend continues right now. So that's going to be Bitcoin, guys, and that's going to be on the one-day time frame. And if you get something from that, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're going to move into Ethereum next. And also, I put down, people have asked me before, guys, I just want to throw it out there. In the description link, I have my Bitcoin address in there. If anyone wants to just throw a couple bucks or Satoshis at me, it's there. People have asked about it before, so I'm just going to leave it up in there, and I appreciate that. So with Ethereum now, what we're looking at, we're at $363 right now. So being at 363, what we're trying to do is have a candle close up above this 20 and 50 EMA right now. So that's what we're fighting for. We still need some more volume to come in. Volume's been about average. The RSI is at 52, and what we're going to try to do is get up through $378. Then it's going to be roughly up around that $392, then up around that $417 are going to be the areas that we're looking at. And one thing I wanted to point out here, this just to show the people who are here listening, I was going to do a video on divergences, but I didn't get a time with everything that's going on with my family and whatnot. But what I want to do while I'm here is just show you something for Ethereum. And this is where I like to look at negative divergence in charts. Let me fix this up a little bit. So what we were looking at here is price when it was rising. Do you see down here how the RSI, let me zoom in a little bit more, RSI was losing steam and we were having lower highs? A lot of the times, and then it's marked by that climax volumes, a lot of times that'll tell you that we're going to have a little bit of a sell-off. And now the sell-off's getting a bit truncated here, so this may be the bottom for us here, and we're going to see if we can get that nice strong move to the upside. If we do start dropping to the downside, where I'd look to hold as support is that $332. We've been looking at that a lot. It's been on my chart for a long time, and that's the area we're going to look at here. So we just want continued volume, see if we can get up over top of $378, what I'm going to be looking for next for Ethereum. But overall right now, if you're in position, this is where you just want to let them ride. Let them keep riding right now. Next, we're going to move into Link. Link is another position that I'm playing currently. I was in at around $8.60, right around this 200 moving average was when I started to accumulate. We had a nice bullish engulfing candle on heavier volume. We retraced, we set our higher low. So now what we're trying to do is go up and set a higher high and change this trend so we can start getting up over some higher areas. We're going to look to see first if we can get over top of $10.82. And then it's going to be up around that $12.78. Remember what we talked about, guys, just reiterating some things. If you go back when I was doing the Link videos, sometimes you have to average into fear after you've dropped 70%. You have to average into that fear, and then as you're moving up, you average out into the greed. And that's what I like to do. I started buying down in this area off this 200 moving average, and right around that $8.92 I averaged in. And now what I'm trying to do is hold for this next cycle and hopefully we're going to keep moving to the upside. And now what I do is basically put a stop. I'm going to give it a little bit of room around $7.18 is where I'm going to put it there. But I want to see if we can get this nice continuation here. RSI is moving to the upside, and we're at 51 there for link. So those are the overhead resistance we're going to look for. In terms of support, we just want to continue to hold that 200 moving average at $8.22 is what we're looking at. So that's going to be link. Next, we're going to move into Tezos. If you like me covering link, let me know down low. Tezos is at $2.20 right now, looking good. Same deal, looking strong on the RSI, higher lows. We're at 45, so we have plenty of room if we can get up over top of now, which I'll turn this red. Of course, we wanted it to hold as support before, but now it's resistance. So we need to get over top of $2.22. Then it's going to be up around this 200 moving average, which we did lose for Tezos here. It's been a pretty extreme sell-off. So I'd look for us to go back up and test roughly about $2.56. See if we can get up above that, if we can keep this moving here. This would be our higher low from the previous area of around $1.88. We didn't hit my target of 182. We were looking at that area. I also on this one started accumulating a little bit lower there around that $2.17, $2.14, some of those areas right there, because this sell-off has been pretty extreme here, and what I want to do is be able to trade this next cycle that we potentially can get into. We have lost 52%. And even a lot of times, guys, if we can make up half of that trend, make it back up to $3.35, that can be a nice play. And that's kind of what I like to do after huge sell-offs in this space, jump in and then try to ride it up the best you can and then average out into the green. So we're going to be looking to get over top of 222, and then it's going to be roughly up around that $2.62. We want to continue to hold this purple trend line right here. These are our higher lows that are coming in the macro sense. So let's just see if we can keep that moving for Tezos. If you're here for Tezos, let me know down low, and then we'll move into Digibyte. I wanted to throw this one in. I know everybody loves Digibyte and been looking at it, so I want to throw this in for us. So what we're looking at here is an equilibrium pattern, really almost like a symmetrical triangle. You could draw a trend line on the top. We're having lower highs. We're having higher lows. We're trying to hold our 100 moving average, and we're getting squeezed between that 20 EMA and that 50 EMA as overhead resistance. So these candles are getting really tight. We're squeezed between the 100 and those moving averages, and eventually we're either going to get this nice strong break to the upside fairly soon, to around 0.02684, and then be up to around 0.03003 are going to be my targets if we can get an upside break here to the downside. If we lose 0.02332, I'd look down to this 200 moving average, which is at 0.02080. Is going to be the area there. RSI is at 49. So the main thing is if we can get some volume here as these candles are getting tight, we could get a nice little move to the upside here. But with the candles being tight, be prepared. And like I've talked about with Digibyte, I think this is a better longer term hold than in terms of trading it, because the market's so thinly traded and there's not a ton of volume in it. So the price can really get crazy. These wicks can get crazy. You can't really set stop losses. So that's one thing I'd look at. But if you get something from these videos, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless you all. Take care.